Well. It doesn't get much better than that, does it? It's fantastic. West Ham have qualified for the Europa League, the Europa Cup, whatever it's called. We didn't get the Mickey Mouse one. We got the proper one. I mean, that is emphatic. What a great way to do it. What a great way to seal it. What a great way to welcome the fans back into the stadium. I mean, El Fornicator, the fornicator. Somebody actually said it in the build-up show that he was going to score. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. Are you all right?
I'm over the moon.
Happy with what you saw?
Absolutely.
I mean, come on, that was really good. Now, I only know because I ran down here with about a minute to go. As I understand it, it's a real shame. The icing on the cake would have been Tottenham missing out. And even Chelsea at one point weren't going to get Champions League football. But the point is, going into it, both Everton and Tottenham could have finished higher than us and nicked our place, basically. And we've got it. We're in. We're in the proper tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, European football's brilliant. Some of my best days supporting West Ham were back in, 76?
Was that 1876?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But following West Ham to The Hague and Frankfurt and the final at the Heysel Stadium was absolutely brilliant. Not quite sure where I'm getting feedback.
I think, to be fair, are you there?
Yeah.
No more feedback?
No.
You'd opened up too. You tried to join the stream twice. You were so excited. As I understand it, you joined Charlie's watch along.
Yeah, why was that, do you think?
I don't know. You worked in IT for years. I don't know why you get such a...
It was because you sent me the wrong link.
I didn't send you the wrong link. Anyway, never mind about all that. So let's go back to the start of the game, and we'll just go through it. I don't want to spend too much time going over the game because this is all about... what a fantastic season it's been for West Ham, and now we've rounded it off. The pressure was on. The pressure's been on for a few games, but the last two games the pressure was on. We've come through. There's been suggestions that we couldn't do what we've done this season with fans in the stadium. I think we've debunked that completely. However, Southampton today turned up with intention to go for it. They started off by pressing and having a go.
They started quite well, but the thing is, for Southampton, if you look at their season, they needed Ings to get involved, and really Ings didn't get involved all game. Ogbonna and Dawson just kept him completely shackled, and if Ings doesn't score, they struggle. Adams wasn't playing either, so that helped us. And yeah, they had lots of shots in the first 20 minutes, half an hour, but none of them really came to anything. I mean, Fabianski made one half-decent save, and at that point, as they were saying on the TV, we'd only had one shot. But, 10 minutes later, we'd had 7 shots, we'd scored 2 goals, and we could have had another one.
Oh, you've jumped the gun. You've broken review etiquette by jumping the gun. Crikey, I'm surprised we haven't gone to 3-0 already. Hold on, right. So let's talk about that goal. Pablo Fornals, who was going to go on and score 2. I would normally say who predicted that, but somebody did actually say it when we said you heard it here first. I can't remember. I'm sorry I don't. But somebody in the preview said that Fornals would score. He certainly did. We didn't expect to. Flick on from Antonio. Really good skill. So I made up, a flick on with the head from Antonio. Did really well. Kept the defender behind him well. Like me, holding a chair off behind me. It was like that. Bosh.
Now, Fornals and Antonio played well throughout the game. I think, as we spoke earlier, when you're talking about Southampton, you have to worry about whether Ward-Prowse and the other guy up front, I can't remember his name now, Redmond, whether those two were going to turn up. And Ward-Prowse had absolutely zero impact on the game. Redmond did virtually nothing. He was up front with Ings. He may as well not have been there, to be honest.
No, he didn't. Anyway, listen, I'm going back to the goal. Because not everybody's watched the game, right? So, Antonio, Bosch, heads it on. The skill. Bowen's surrounded by players. I mean, I thought he did such tremendous skill. He has a shot. The keeper saves it, rebounds to Fornals, and we'd actually been having a conversation about his shooting, myself and Nick earlier. And all right, it got a little deflection, but he finished, and we were 1-0 up at that point. Home and host, 1-0 up.
Not quite, but the other thing is that what he was very clever about was he made sure that the shot went down. Right, there was no. He definitely aimed it at the goal. It got a slight deflection, but it went in. And yeah, we weren't home and hosed, but all of a sudden, in those couple of minutes, the whole balance of the game changed. Yep. We were on the front foot; they were on the back foot. When we were on the back foot in the first half hour, we looked reasonably comfortable. As soon as they were on the back foot, they looked leaky as hell, and you could understand why they've conceded 43 goals, I think it is, in away games this season. Every time we went forward, we looked like we could score.
Well, I also question their desire as well once we went ahead. How much do they want to win? How much they want to get into this? But I tell you what, I thought they were very, very dirty all game, actually. And I was, I thought almost, perhaps close to injuring some of our players. Arguably did injure one of our players. And I wanted us to go in a little bit meatier, to be perfectly honest with you. Anyway, it doesn't matter because we were to go on and score. It'd be Pablo Fornals who scored again. Crossover from Jesse Lingard, who was down the left. Didn't quite work out. Southampton didn't defend it particularly well. Came to Southampton, who was a little bit sneaky, really. Touched the ball on and then squared the ball back. It was sort of a cross. I'm not convinced he meant it exactly like that, but it was I thought it might have been a mishit cross. Let's say he meant it totally. And it went along the ground, bit of a P roller maybe. And then Fornals was completely unmarked. Finished again, maybe a slight deflection there, but I thought he finished it quite nicely actually, and clearly confident from his previous goal. He couldn't believe it. You look at his celebration; I don't think he could believe that he'd scored twice. And I just think it's just reward for a season of industry where he has just not stopped. And it is just reward because actually Fornals is the type of player we warm to at West Ham because he doesn't stop. He just works so hard. And he's the type of player that you can imagine being around for 3 or 4 years, to be an absolute cult hero at West Ham.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think for him, he would have already been in that sort of situation had the fans been in stadiums for the past 18 months. So I thought it was quite nice for him to get those goals there. But surely at 2-0, I mean, we really were home and hosed at that point.
Yeah, no, definitely, and he does follow a long tradition of people who give 100% for the shirt. Patsy Holland, Kevin Keane, George Parrish. There's Paris. I'm not quite sure. You're
thinking of the religious one.
Yeah,
you mean the French one.
And George Paris was born just around the corner from where we lived in Ilford, so I shouldn't forget him.
No,
but yeah, Fornals did absolutely brilliant. The other thing about it is that was Southampton's 7th or 8th assist this season, and considering he's a fullback, doesn't take corners, doesn't take free kicks, they're all from open play. If he was playing for another club, they'd be, singing his praises to high heavens. They were talking about how well Walker Peters was doing for Southampton in the early on in the first half. But, no end result. Southampton, sensational defender, but real quality at the top end as well.
Yeah. Fantastic performance again from him. And I thought there was a lot. Actually, I mentioned Bowen first. I thought Bowen had a very, very good game today. Actually, was heavily involved in quite a lot. And I'm glad you mentioned Ogbonna earlier because it was actually there was one point we'd forgotten that Danny Ings was playing, and it was only really when Ogbonna came across and denied him. We didn't even have an attempt at goal because Ogbonna didn't allow him to have the attempt at goal.
Ings was really clever, wasn't he, at one point where he did a little flick, went through Ogbonna's legs, but Ogbonna just, there's no way you're getting past me.
No.
And, he just almost gave up trying, and it's a reflection of how poorly he was doing that at the end when Southampton were 2-0 down, that they substituted him. Unbelievable, really, for somebody who would have been hoping to maybe get into the England squad for the Euros. You know, today will not have helped him one little bit.
No, not at all. And I just want to say in the chat, everyone's so happy, and I'm so delighted for everyone. Everyone's buzzing, and rightly so. We've been through enough turmoil at West Ham, and why shouldn't we enjoy these moments? I'm not going to post up loads because we don't normally do this in review, but I'm just going to pop this one in. It's the most recent one I've got. It's Danny. He said, "I'm sat here, biggest grin on my face. European football, here we come. Great time to be a Hammer," and he is absolutely right. Indeed. We've had a couple of good saves from Fabianski. We've had some systematic fouling from Southampton. We had Antonio going off, Ben Rama coming on, and then we had, if it wasn't good enough, and we're watching at this point, I think I'm sort of half watching the other scores coming through. We score a third goal, and Fornals again involved in this. There was a bit of a ricochet here, and Rice trying to attack down the left. Fornals wins the ball back, and then once he wins the ball back, he chips the ball over, a beautiful chip into the path of Declan Rice, who takes the ball in his stride, runs into the box. I thought he was going to go for a Thierry Henry finish. He was going to curl it into the far post. I thought it, you thought it, and the goalkeeper thought it as well. He gave him the misdirection, and then he tucks it home at the near post. It was a really very composed, very, very composed. Off Rice goes, celebrates with the fans. How lovely for him to be able to go and celebrate the fans. And I thought, you're very welcome, Danny, by the way. I thought it was so nice, actually, for Moyes to take him off, to give him the applause at the end, which is obviously,
absolutely.
And so obviously, a noble, I'm not a great one for the swapping of the armband and all the rest of it, as many people know, but I thought the whole thing was a nice touch, and it just, allowed for a little bit of sentiment there. And how wonderful West Ham to be afforded the room, to have afforded ourselves the room to be sentimental by winning by such a huge margin, by winning the 3-0, which obviously anybody who knows anything about football would have predicted 3-0 before the game and in the build up to the game.
I was just about to congratulate you on getting the score right.
No need, I congratulate myself, thank you. And I just remind everybody else, just in case they forgot. Look, I get enough wrong when I get it right. There you go. Look, it's been a fantastic season. Sorry, your thoughts on the Rice goal?
I absolutely love Declan Rice. I mean, he's still working his way back to fitness. We haven't seen the Declan Rice of the first 30 games of this season in the last couple games. But, he tries every single game, 100%. And he's constantly learning. And if you were to talk to Declan Rice, what is the one part of your game you'd like to improve? I'm absolutely sure the thing that he would say more than anything is, I'd like to score more goals. And it's not for the want of trying. He will try. But it was a very, very cool finish. For somebody who's only scored 3 or 4 goals, and I think 3 of the 4 he scored have been with his head, he gave the goalkeeper the eyes. I'm absolutely sure of it. Yeah. And, he fooled both of us, and he fooled the goalkeeper, and he tucked it away very, very nicely. The guy's got ice in his veins. He is so cool for someone who, isn't a natural striker. And I just think the sky's the limit with Declan. And if he stays with us, there's only one way we're going, and it's not down. No.
Hopefully, God of those days. I mean, goodness, it was, quite something to be near the end of the season, and for us to have something, some glory, some ambition, something to play for that didn't have relegation involved in it. But I just thought, fantastic. Some really, really nice performances today from a lot of the players. Control of the game that was, we had it in our hands. It was our destiny today. And I just never felt we looked like losing at any point,
That's the thing, though, isn't it? I mean, in the past, when we've been in that situation, we've screwed up. So if you go back to the Payet season, we were talking about Champions League. It really looked like we were on for it. And then the Swansea performance came out of nowhere. This year, we haven't had performances like that. Yeah, we didn't quite get the result we wanted against Everton or Brighton. but they weren't capitulations like the Swansea performance. We just didn't play quite well enough, or didn't get the breaks, or whatever. But the key thing this season is you look at our performances against teams in the bottom half, and we have absolutely mullered them. In those 20 games, we've probably got something like 14 or 15 victories, 3 draws, and 2 defeats against Newcastle. Everybody else we're just blowing away, both home and away. And that isn't the West Ham way. The West Ham way is, where you have a good victory against somebody up top, you then capitulate the next week against somebody who's absolute rubbish. This year we're not doing it, and I just hope that's the way things are going to continue.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. First of all, thank you, Mandy, for the £5. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. That
was for me.
What? It was for you. Yeah. You're getting that £5. I like this. Saturday night is now potato salad night. Yes, it is, Evan. Yeah, yes, it is. My only problem is, actually, I won't talk about my only. No one wants to know my only problem at the moment. Gary, bless you, my friend. You're a good man. You're a good man. Always, listen, they're fantastic. Always with us. Always supporting us. Very, very much appreciated. Right, listen, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with the chat. I'm thrilled with everybody. There's far too many comments. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow on the forum channel. Maybe I'll do it live. We'll do a live one or something like that. We just want to just get back on track and talk about a couple of the players. And there's so much for people to enjoy, and so many other videos for everybody else to watch. And I mean, it's great. It is great. And now is a really good time. Now we can look forward to stuff. We can enjoy. Who we're going to sign? Who are we going to draw in the group stage? We are in the group stage.
That's brilliant. None of the Mickey Mouse stuff that we had the last couple of times.
No qualification. None of that stuff. So we are going to have 3 other bona fide European teams to pit our wits against, and we'll play them all twice. So it's fantastic. It's lovely. Before we go, let's have some. Give us a couple of players who impressed you today.
I think you've got to credit Ogbonna. Ings really didn't get a kick. I know Dawson marked him some of the time, but mainly it was Ogbonna who looked after him. So I thought he was sensational, and probably Bowen.
Yeah,
I think you can obviously go for Fornals, but Bowen never stopped trying, and he was a thorn in their side, and he was involved in key moments in the game.
Obviously, man of the match.
Oh, it's got to be Fornals.
Okay, absolutely, totally agree. I know the answer to this. Could you see that?
Absolutely. I've played on the pinball machines. I've taught Gonzo everything he's forgotten.
No, he did. He is the reason that I do like pinball. Listen, thank you very much, Chris Tidwell. Thank you very much.
Excuse me. More importantly, I'm the reason you support West Ham.
Yes, he is that as well. It is, yes. Barrowhouse 27, thank you so much. I can only echo what you said there, which was, obviously Fornals man of the match. Just brilliant. I'm so pleased for him. Apparently, there's people saying in the chat that he's done a brilliant post-match interview. Obviously, we've not seen it, which I'm going to go and find it in a minute. Jordan, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is wonderful, really is. Ogbonna, Rice played so well. It was absolutely fantastic just to see the team, play. I thought Cresswell had some really good moments as well. Such a technical player, and really does deliver the ball forward ever so well. Just look, all in all, a fantastic day for everybody. I know it's the end of the weekend. There's not much weekend left, but what little there is, enjoy your weekend. Because of this, we've got so much more content to bring you now. We can actually look forward to the next few days. Hammers chat in Europe, West Ham in Europe, everybody's in Europe. We're all in Europe. Ryan, thank you. Bless your heart, my friend. Bless your heart. Grandad Gonzo, thank you for joining me.
It's been my pleasure, and I look forward to a few games abroad next year.
I'm not paying for you to go abroad.
I wasn't asking you.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. There you go. Thought you wanted me to drive. So anyway,
I've seen you drive. I'll drive myself, thanks.
There you go. Not nice, is it? Not nice. James, thank you very much. I do want to thank everybody. We'll do an end of the season review, clearly, but thank you for everybody that supported Hammers Chat all throughout everything. Hopefully we're at the end now. I don't really end the Hammers Chat, but, the fans back in, the COVID stuff, you've stuck with us. We really appreciate it. I love how buzzing everybody is in the chat. I love your lovely words and all the nice things you've said. Ben, bless you. Thank you very much. We got a lot more coming. We're going nowhere. Most importantly of all, West Ham aren't going anywhere. I've got to find, oh my goodness, what is that? SEK. Thank you very much for 50
Swedish
SEK.
krona.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Speaking of which, I'll drink to that. While the coronavirus, I'm going. You're all lovely. West Ham are brilliant. We're going to Europe.